slightly away, because I mean, what Kamal pointed out was very valid. And what Biswa is pointing is from a different perspective. My perspective is actually adding a third dimension to it. So both the topics were very, very, I would say, to the point. Uh, but somewhere I think from when we talk about integrating the entire cybersecurity piece into an organization, uh, a lot of things go beyond the tools as well. So today, I think every 6 months, and I'm specifically Kamal and Harold and Biswa would agree, every 6-7 months there is a new tool which is coming up, which is solving some of the other problem related to cybersecurity. So over a period of time, you'll end up having a museum of tools and still not figuring out what is the right problem and where it is to be sorted. So I think somewhere as a culture, organizations need to imbibe the responsibility of being cyber aware and taking steps. An organization should take steps to train their people to become cyber mature. I think as an organization, and specifically from a CISO point of view, if I look at it, I would, if I was a CISO, I would primarily want to do one cyber security exercise every 6 months without informing my employees. So I would want to hire an agency who could do a phishing attack and pick up the employees who actually fall as a bait to it. That is where you understand where is the sensitive points coming in, because as a practitioner you can get in so many tools, and like Kamal also pointed out, after a point in time it becomes very difficult to put more and more rules and more regulations and stop blocking this and stop blocking that. It is very difficult for a cybersecurity expert to keep blocking everything, because the moment you start blocking, there is so much resistance that comes into from people, from your end users. So I think imbibing that kind of a culture where people themselves take the responsibility of cybersecurity is, I think, the ideal way of when we talk about integrating something into the systems. Second, I have seen a few successful projects with, I think, 2 or 3 of my customers when they were moving from one technology to another. Especially, I would not want to name the customer, but I can very strongly recall when it was a cloud project where they were moving some part of their infrastructure and some part of their business to the cloud. So this journey of transition from one technology to another, they specifically ensured that they have imbibed the cyber security aspect as a part of the project itself, rather than it being an afterthought and then first let's move and then we will see how to protect it. I think that was a great step. So they literally took some budget out and they created a proper plan around that transition. So they had consultants in place, they had system integrators in place, there were OEMs in place, more than one OEM. Obviously I was involved because I know about the project since I was involved. But then beyond me also, there were 2 more OEMs that were involved from the cybersecurity perspective doing the balancing. I think that is where the integration part of cybersecurity comes in, where everybody comes together and takes that as an important initiative and works according. That entire project is planned around the security stuff. I think that makes a lot of difference, which is quite heartening for a cybersecurity guy to see that okay, people have come to that level where they are considering cybersecurity as an important step or a part of a project when the initiative is happening. I think that helps a lot.